And welcome back, everyone. You know, as Corvette collections go, the one you're about to see is certainly not the biggest. In fact, there's only a few of them. But several are late model Z06s, and best of all, the brand new, screaming 638 horsepower ZR1. And these Corvettes are not trailer queens. They're here to be driven the way they were designed to be driven, safely and fast. Welcome to the Nevada desert and the excitement of high-performance Corvette driving at Spring Mountain Motorsports Ranch. Located about 45 miles west of Las Vegas, the desert town with the unlikely name of Pahrump, Nevada, is home base for Spring Mountain Motorsports, a driving school, racetrack, fitness center, and club. While several different driving courses run simultaneously, we went to Spring Mountain's GM-sanctioned and paid-for Ron Fellows high-performance ZR1 driving school. As new owners of the incredibly powerful 2009 ZR1 Corvette, three of us attended the class together. I was joined by Lance Miller, who along with a partner heads up the widely known Corvettes at Carlisle event in August of each year, and Errol McCoy, a Corvette enthusiast who is president of the country's biggest annual exposition of its kind, the State Fair of Texas. In a bit of irony, though we had had the class booked for weeks, 2 hours before our first instruction began, General Motors called a press conference in New York City and declared bankruptcy. Fortunately, it had no effect on the school, and GM paid for the class as promised.
Balance with the brakes going in, hence the word trail braking. Anybody heard trail braking? Okay, as we're turning in, we're going to trail off the brake pressure. We'll get more into that tomorrow as well.
Rick Malone, a former professional driver and lead instructor at the school, introduced the rest of the staff, all of whom have experience as driving pros themselves. While the class is casual in setting and relaxed in posture, safety and understanding the dynamics of high-performance driving are stressed repeatedly. Time in the classroom, however, is kept to a minimum. After a brief garage orientation of the ZR1, we headed to the paddock for some hands-on training in braking and accident avoidance in the wet skid pad exercises. One section on high initial impact braking procedures, the instructors disabled the vehicle's ABS feature to facilitate all wheels lock braking. Cars have two-way radios.
All right, Michael, come on down. You guys have to put yourself in a real-life situation. Someone's in front of you. Stop this vehicle. Stop it. Hard, 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 hard. There you go. Now, see where he's pointing?
A good deal of time was spent on the track and in the classroom on one of the more difficult concepts for some, heel and toe downshifting. It's a practiced technique of keeping the right foot partially on the brake and partially on the accelerator to maintain RPMs while passing through neutral on the downshift. Several looping sessions on the back straightaway allow drivers the opportunity to perfect the skill, mostly used while approaching high-speed turns. But it was time on the track that all of us coveted the most, and there was plenty of that. Spring Mountain's circuitous 2.2-mile course features almost a dozen turns, both sweeping and tight, along with two fairly long straightaways. Over the 2 days of training and third optional day of open lapping, we had ample opportunity to apply the techniques we had learned in the classroom, on the paddock, and on the track. And I think each of us quickly expanded our appreciation for the performance of the ZR1.
Biggest surprise is the actual power of the ZR1, I think. It's just, as much as you hear about the car, you really can't experience it until you hit the gas pedal.
Here, it's a whole new dimension with the ZR1. What the ZR1 is capable of doing and what the layman thinks it's capable of doing are two different things entirely.
It's just an awesome car to look at, number one, and now having a chance to drive it is, you know, the horsepower is just unbelievable.
Braking this early is also going to help us with that downshift. Okay, it's going to make us be able to do everything properly. It's going to make us not feel rushed. It's going to make the brake pedal pressure be perfect.
Well, I'm not sure any of us achieved perfection, but we sure had a lot of fun in the meantime. And in spite of often feeling inadequate on some of the maneuvers we were being taught, supposedly we did learn something.
You will come away a better driver, and also you will take all these techniques to the street. Not the speed part, but the techniques. Even though they're all racing techniques, what we're teaching, they're techniques that we can use on the street every day.
That's it for this edition of Vette Collections. Our special thanks to everyone at Spring Mountain Motorsports Ranch. Point in passing, in spite of the financial problems GM and Chevrolet have had, they've produced an awesome machine in the ZR1. And by the way, you don't have to buy a ZR1 to experience Spring Mountain. They have lots of opportunities for almost any licensed adult driver. So check them out at springmountainmotorsports.com and enjoy the ride. I'm Michael Brown. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Vette Collections.